Welcome to the They're Here podcast. I'm Anthony, like always. They are Jessica Bailey.
They are Jessica Bailey. Hey.
We have Jessica Bailey here on the podcast today. We have multiple topics that we do want to talk about. But this, like I've mentioned before, this is like the more serious podcast. So we get into a little bit more, just some stuff that we don't necessarily like, we can kind of goof and we can have some fun. But actually, I'm super curious.
Yeah.
I would like you to introduce yourself, who you are, what's your relation to our family, and then after that, I'm going to start asking you some questions about your life.
Okay. And I apologize for all you listeners. I have lost my voice with the last couple days. I laugh too much and I talk a lot, so that's kind of what happens when you do that for 7 days straight. My name is Jessica Bailey, and I married the infamous Daniel Bailey. Introduce yourself, sexy goddess over there. God.
I'm the husband over here,
You are the cousin.
Daniel Bailey,
Yes.
the cousin.
But you're my husband, and we're not cousins, if anybody's wondering that.
Well,
but anyway,
they are cousins.
no, we are not
It's
cousins.
totally weird.
We're cousins. No. But yes, that's how I am related to this family.
Family.
This familia.
This is going to be amazing.
Except I need my sweat towel because it's hot as fuck up in this place.
So I've been told before, like I've gotten criticism because I didn't give a proper introduction to my guests, and I just want to make sure that everybody, that the audience understands. So my cousin Daniel Bailey this is his wife, beautiful, gorgeous, Jessica Bailey.
Say it again. Oh, for the say it again for the people in the back.
No,
Just kidding. Okay, you're like a cut.
So we're on the They're Here podcast.
Thank you.
We've had a couple to drink. My cousins have come out from Indiana, which is amazing. Like they come out and visit like once a year, once every couple of years, and we just kind of like have debauchery in California, which is great.
Yes.
Today we went out and had an amazing day in Hollywood.
Yes.
But just to like keep the format the same, let's kind of get into just who you are, what you do for a living, and let's talk about like, because you've told me before like what you do for a living, and I find that super interesting.
It is pretty interesting.
Can you elaborate just a little bit on what you do?
All right. It is kind of difficult. So I have a background in psychology. That's my degree. I went to 3 colleges because I couldn't not party, and then I would keep moving around until my mom told me to come back, and she's like, you better finish the fuck up here. And so then I got my degree in psychology, and I started in ophthalmology, which is of the eyes, ophthalmology. So where grandma goes and gets the injections done. I know all about all that shit because I did that for a year and a half. And then I was like, I need to do what my degree calls, and I was like, I need to get into psychiatry, obviously, or something, but I don't like to get into psychology and stuff. You have to have a master's or something else. So I went into research.
And who told you to do that?
My sweet husband, because did you okay, I can't turn him that way. Yes, he told me to, so that just takes us back to like when Daniel and I met then. That's like a whole nother story. So we'll get that bet later.
This podcast is called They're Here.
They're
Guess
here.
who they are?
They're us.
It's fucking you.
Oh,
I want to hear your story.
Okay, here's my
So if
story.
you have caveats, if you want to ramble on about
no, but I will ramble on.
your marriage,
I will ramble
about everything,
on forever because I am my father's daughter.
this is what this is for.
Okay.
That's the whole point of this.
So,
Let's hear it.
Okay. So I came back from college. I graduated in 2006, but I graduated from high school in 2000. So if that tells you anything, I just liked to party. And I took belly dancing as like an elective because anyway, we're not going to talk about that. But I met my amazing husband, Daniel Bailey, at a dive bar in Indianapolis, Indiana. And it was absolutely the funniest thing because it was...
I'm sorry, not to interrupt. How long were you in Indiana before
Oh, yeah.
this
I
happened?
feel like you should be...
1 year.
Okay, so he's a newly.
He's a fucking newbie
Yeah, he
Indiana.
just got there.
I moved from Huntington Beach.
He's a Cali boy.
He's a fucking Cali, but I'm a Cali girl. I moved from 1998. I moved from Huntington Beach, California, to Indianapolis, because of my parents and my dad.
How long were you in Huntington Beach?
Since I was 4. I was born in Tyler, Texas. So 4 years.
That's a legit, I'm a Cali girl.
I mean, not now. I'm a fucking Hoosier now.
Well, but
I've
just saying.
But I have.
You didn't
been
just visit,
raised in California.
Yeah,
So my mentality and my everything, my being, my fibers still speak California. When I come out here,
you sound like a Californian.
Do I? Okay. Oh, see, I keep hitting this. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's a swerver. Okay. Where did I leave off? So the dive bar. So my brother played high school football at my old high school, and which is do I want to say my old high school or what?
Yeah.
Can I? Okay. So when we moved to Indianapolis, I was put into I went to a private high school, and it was called Cardinal Ritter, and my aunt was the principal, and my brother went later, and so we would always go, and he played football. Anyway, that was a lot of rambling. We shouldn't add that. But anyway, he played football, and so what happens is the coaches go to this dive bar afterwards, which is around the corner, which used to be a fucking strip club. It's like 38th and Tibbs. This is not a place that you would want to have kids running around. But the coaches would go to this bar to watch the afterplay on the biggest screen that they have, which is the entire bar. Mm-hmm. So because my brother, it was his senior year, and he was homecoming, and his girlfriend at the time, we went and we did the thing and whatever. I looked across the bar. It's my first time there, and I looked across the bar and locked eyes with him. And it was the weirdest sensation in the world. And I say this every time, and it's not even a fucking makeup. It lit something up. It was I have to know that guy. It was very weird. And I think that with me is I'm so empathic that if you can get me to feel a spark, an organic spark, then I'm going to want to know everything about it. And so I met this guy who moved here 1 year, has a DUI, no job, has holes in his sweatshirt, backwards hat. I'm with my mom, who expects me to marry a doctor. And I'm like, I want to know that guy. And I swear, the way I fucking hunted him down was sick. I prayed on him. It was so fun. I got up and I made my mom go to the, I was like, we're going to go play pool. Let's go play pool. We don't want to watch fucking football replays. Let's go play pool. And so, so then I just kept, we were just eye locked, Daniel and I. And I'm like, this is so fucking intense right now. I don't know what's happening. What are we, 24 and you're 22? I feel like I'm such a cougar. Anyway, so.
Wait, you're older than him?
Yeah, by 2 years.
How dare you?
I know. It's so hot. He loves it.
Okay, keep going.
So anyway, I make my mom go play pool against her will, and Daniel takes that cue because he can see that I'm looking at him. I'm staring at him like a fucking lioness. And so he makes, was it your dad? No, it was somebody. He pulled somebody to go to. Daniel, that's your new name now. We're taking the D away. I mean, not that D, but the D that starts with your name.
Focus.
Okay, focus. I don't know. I keep moving. So he brings somebody to the table, and he's playing at the table right next to ours, and it is side by side. And of course, we are energetically flirting when you're not talking, but you guys have already locked eyes, and your energy is already entwined, and you already fucking know that you're going to start talking here at any second. Mm-hmm. And so me, being the Taurus and the most aggressive woman that I know, went up to him and was like, if I can make this shot, you buy me a shot. If I don't make this shot, you buy me a shot. And it was something so silly like that. And then we were playing, and my mom was like, whatever. And so at the end of the night, I don't even, it was the most minimal talking that we had. And he's has a cigarette hanging out of his mouth while he's playing pool, which he is amazing at, by the way. If anybody's ever seen Daniel play pool, he's a fucking pool shark. And don't let them tell you. Pool and poker, are you fucking kidding me? This guy is blown everybody I've ever seen out of the water. He hasn't blown everybody, but at pool and poker. Anyway, I left the bar and I popped back in and I said, if you can remember my number, you can call me. And I screamed it out and I left, and he called me the very next day. He didn't even wait 3 days, which was supposed to be like the normal waiting period back then. I don't know. But the next day, and I was like, oh, you want to come shopping with me? Let's go. I got to go let's go to Edinburgh. And that was like a fucking hour drive away. And I went and picked his ass up and we went to Edinburgh. Anyway, long story short, 19 years later, here we are.
So this
You're
is
like,
this
"How
is
about
amazing.
you?"
No, this is amazing. I actually really I appreciate an origin story, right? Like I want to know the genesis of like your guys' relationship, and I think that was
I don't know. That was a tangent. You asked me about my
that was
job, and I
amazing.
went on a tangent.
No, that's amazing because well, I mean
you can edit that
no,
though to put it into.
we're not
different
editing
context.
shit.
Oh,
This is
stop.
all going out in full length.
I don't care.
Because this is a conversation. That's the whole point of these podcasts. It's a full conversation. The people don't want to see me edit out like the caveats and the different nuance to our conversation.
Okay.
They want to see it all. You
Yeah.
know why? You know who this is for? This is for your mom. This is for his mom. Or I'm sorry.
Oh fuck.
Jesus, his mom's
She's
dead.
watching. Oh my god.
Oh my God.
She's watching over. This is for all the family.
This is for the family.
Thank you.
right? I mean,
this is for our future children to know. Our future.
The-
we already only have one.
This
But for her to know.
This podcast doesn't get maybe 50 people watch it, and of all 50, it'll be your cousins, your friends, your family. It's all.
And I'm okay with that.
But that's the whole point of it. is
Yeah.
You're telling your story,
Yeah.
and everybody gets to just watch. They get to be a fly on the wall to listen to your story.
Okay.
You know
All
why?
right. I feel better. I'm
Becau-
not one to be too vulnerable, and I'm very exposed
Be
anyway. so.
super vulnerable. Be
No, I am. No,
like
I
just
am.
Tell your shit
I'm an
right
open
now.
book. Anybody looks at my social media, they're like, "We know everything about you
They
because
don't
you
though.
overpost."
You know
well,
why
they don't know.
No,
like,
you know why
the
they don't
deep and
know?
Dirty.
I don't. If I see a picture of you in Hollywood, if I see a picture of you at the wedding,
Yeah.
I know what you did, but I don't know your thoughts.
Like how
I don't
you
know.
felt.
Like I didn't sit down and have a conversation with you.
Yeah.
This right here.
Yeah.
This is me connecting with you.
Okay.
This is me understanding you. This is giving you a platform to just be you.
To express, to
And
vent,
and,
which
and
is very
everybody who
fair.
watches this, if anybody stays on for 10 minutes,
Yeah.
they're getting to know Jess.
Aw.
That's the whole point of this.
I'm Jess. Hi. I've been sweating for the last 6 days.
most of them won't like you by the end of this,
It's
but
okay.
we're all here for you.
Okay, I won't read the comments. Just be nice, please, because I'm a very sensitive person. No, it's okay.
So the reason why I started with your profession is because first and foremost, this is the
Our
you're
podcast.
my guest.
I know, but
I want to know
wanted me to
you,
start with
and so the fact that
chronological.
you went, how I met my husband,
Yeah.
I love that.
Well, it's because it was how I changed jobs. Because
Okay.
he told me to stop being where I wasn't valued and go into where I needed to be, utilize my degree, and I feel like I skipped steps.
How many people know that about you?
Not a lot.
So
yes.
that's what this is for.
Yeah.
Buckle up. We
But-
got hours of content.
Hours. I know. It's gonna be like 5 a.m. and I'm like, we're gonna go to the airport.
No, we're good. So
Change our flight, Bailey.
I didn't know that. I knew what you went into. I didn't know that he was involved in
He
inspiring
encouraged
you,
me, yeah.
encouraging you.
Yeah.
Let's go on from that. Like
Yes.
where did you go from that point?
I went into psychiatry building, and I started at the autism portion. It was like the hands in autism is what they call
And
it.
it's not original. I've heard it from other people, so it's just. But this is where I land. Is that at what point do we have to? Because everything that is going on in the world,
Yes.
all conditions and things that are going on,
Yeah.
right? So like,
Seems like a lot.
Let's just go on this. If there is a condition, and there's a word for it, right?
Right.
That word in itself, if we have to keep changing that word,
Yeah.
so like for example, and it's widely known, right? People with Down syndrome,
Yes.
the original clinical diagnosis of people with Down
With
syndrome
mental retardation.
It was Mongoloid idiot.
Oh, that's gross. They probably said that about
That
masturbating
was-
too. They meant women that masturbated has hysteria. It's this whole thing.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
exact-
Okay.
It's true. Back
So-
in the day,
right.
they had a clinical fucking term for absolutely everything.
Right,
Mental.
but so when if you have somebody who the word retard, like retarded, like you can use that.
retardation.
Right, so you can use that in just like scientific terms, right? It just means
is
like
scientific.
the deficit of progression, right? Of development,
But you have
right?
to also
But-
you
but-
have to preface it with mental retardation.
Either way, like
But you-
however you preface
yes.
it, what I'm saying is that there's a word that describes a thing.
Yes.
And then what we do is that thing, if we attribute it to a normal human being, which is like just like you just did, you're like, oh, who do we call retarded? We call my husband retarded, right? As a joke.
As a joke.
Right.
You're right.
So what
You're
we do
right.
is
yes,
we
you're
take
right.
we
Sorry, I
take
turned.
the word for the thing that describes a something that sucks in
No,
a
I was just
human,
joking,
and
Daniel, by
then
the way. You're not
we
a retard.
attribute it to like a person that doesn't have that as a joke.
Yeah.
But the word itself still means the thing.
Yeah.
And then you go, okay, well, now since we've been using it to use it as a pejorative to normal people,
Yeah.
now it is not okay to even say. So now we need to change the word. Here's the problem. Now we have a new word for that thing.
Yeah, and
And
it's
that
still the
new
s-
word
yeah.
becomes the thing that we use to call the people. So at what point do we just go, all right, we just have words.
Yeah, you're
They
right.
mean what they mean.
It's
And
the
we just use them how we
emotional-
use them.
It's the
What-
directatory that
but
you
what-
have it at. It's the manner
But
that
that's
you
why,
say it.
right? So what you're describing, like a moment ago, you were kind of like, oh, I knew I had a friend who had a kid who had this disability, and that kid got called this thing, and you started getting emotional about it. That should make you emotional. That
Yeah.
is a shitty thing.
Yeah,
That's not how we're using it.
I know. That's not. Oh, fuck. Sorry. Is that going to get us canceled?
So
Is this like ASMR if I do this
So
right now?
yeah, so all I'm saying is that so you know the like we've talked about before in the past, like there's all kinds of words that describe a thing.
Yeah.
Can we just use the words instead of going, okay, we have to change that word?
No. No. It depends on how you say it. I don't know. That's a topic that I think I want to skip.
Okay, yeah, we could skip it. But actually,
But I lasted on it for a very long
but
time.
let's
but-
move on to like, so you're in your psychology thing and you're
So
going
I got
through
my
your-
psychology degree, and then I went from Hands-on Autism for 6 months. But
Oh wait, sorry. Just to clarify, autism is not a form of retardation, right?
that's what you said. I said autism, and you're like, so the retard. I'm like, no. Autism is a spectrum of, it is a socialization spectrum. We're all on a fucking spectrum. Are you kidding me? Like,
Me
we're
too.
all on the spectrum. Where one spectrum is this way, one spectrum is that way, and so one of us has got to have a different socialization than another. And now we have identified the name of it, and so the term autistic is now, or the autistic spectrum has now become very, just. What do we call it?
Broad.
Viral. Like, yeah. So it's very broad because on the autism. Oh my God, dear Jessica, get your fucking words together. The autism spectrum. You've got oppositional defiant disorder. You also have what's that other one? Daniel, do you remember what it is? You know what I'm talking about. I can't remember what it's called.
You're the professional. Let's
No,
stick-
but okay, sorry, brain fart. I'm on, did I already mention I'm on day 7 of drinking?
Actually, can we could replay the tape, but you don't remember the last day you didn't drink.
We're not talking about that.
Oops.
You're right.
Keep
though.
going.
Anyway, it is, oh wait, it's going to come to me in like 5 seconds, which is pretty, just kidding, Daniel, that was a joke. Anyway, I can't. It's like my defense mechanism turns into a raunchy joke. And I don't know. God, I feel like I don't know what I'm talking about right now because I can't come up with the word. Oh,
Okay.
Asperger's. Here we go.
Hey.
Hey. So it's a spectrum. We're all on it. Some of us have ADD. Some of us ADHD. Some of us it comes later in life. Some of us have perimenopause. Some of us we've been drinking too much. Some of us smoke too much. Like there's a lot that goes on with your brain, and that's all a spectrum because at some point they're going to diagnose it and they're going to want to give you medication, and that's what it is. The diagnosis is for the medication, and it's for our mental well-being. What I didn't agree with is that kids early on should not have been getting meds. I would never give Addie an ADD med or something like that at 9 years old for being a child. That just makes me feel silly. Now, if there was something really off, then I would contemplate that or maybe therapy. I guess there would be a progression. But I think back in those days, they over-medicated the kids. And now that's why we've got...
When you say back in the day, like what are you talking about?
Well, in my day, like, I'm 43. I'm not afraid to say that. But, like, I didn't know what ADD was or ADHD.
Do you know now?
Of course I do.
Can you explain it?
ADD or which one? Because
Either
we
one.
have attentional deficit. Oh, fuck. Did I
That's
just
okay.
ruin that? Okay. Can I get more wine?
For sure.
Attentional deficit disorder is, and I don't know if I'm not a fucking psychologist, but what I am, thank you, manager. It's when your brain just cannot stay focused on one thing at a time. Exactly like that. Like, so right now, I would diagnose myself as attention deficit disorder. I don't know about hyperactivity because I've seen that. I've seen people with hyperactivity, and I definitely wouldn't say that's me. But I think that attention deficit is where you cannot sit still. You go from one topic or one thing to the next. You can't focus. You can't, like if I'm starting to clean, or just kids too, like they lose focus in class, they lose this, they lose that. But as an adult, like I can walk into a room, start one task, move to another task, move to a third task, not get a motherfucking thing done, and come back and be like, what the fuck? I came here to clean. And I just get so distracted so easily. And I'm starting to think that it's technology that's doing that because we always scroll. All my brain is doing is like looking at different screens and
Tecnologia.
No, it's the tecnologia. It's the biblioteca. Okay, there's my extent of Spanish other than hola and adios. But you know what? Honestly, I kind of think you said it earlier, it's making us dumber. GPS is making us dumber. I agree. I used to print out MapQuest back in the day, and I still felt like I was fucking smarter then. Right now, I'm waiting for Alexa to tell me where the fuck to turn, and sometimes she's so at the last second that I'm like, Daniel's GPS is at the last fucking second. She's like, turn now, and then she's super aggressive about it. I'm like, I've got a nice GPS. She's at and then past the next light, turn left.
Just a piece
See,
of,
I'm bouncing. So this is why I mean, I think I have
just a piece of
ADD.
advice. Give her a British accent. She doesn't sound rude.
Then I will never understand what she's saying. No, actually, I might. I don't know.
So
I can do a good
I think
British
it's super
accent.
interesting. So in your profession, you've learned about ADHD,
Yeah.
ADD.
Hold on.
You can take this off. You don't
Just
have,
for a second, because it's getting sweaty.
Yeah, you can take them off.
And I just got my hair.
You don't even have to wear them. As long
No,
as you
but I
stay
like-
microphone focused,
Okay.
like you're fine.
Okay.
Now you just totally messed your hair up. So
Oh, is it bad?
Yeah, it's bad.
All right. Is
You-
it Daniel? How does it look?
You need to-
Come fix it.
I'm not a stylist.
You're my man. You're my man.
Here,
Okay,
Daniel, come over and just do this. When she puts them on, go this way
Like just fix my hair, just a
instead
little
of going this way.
bit. I can't
Because
even
when
see
she goes
that thing.
like
I'm
this way, when she
sweating.
puts them on, it puts a big floof in her hair. If you go this
Not
way with
the
it,
floofer.
it'll just hold it back.
It's the little floofers that they have. It's the baby's floofers.
I'm not getting paid.
All right, we're gonna put it over my hair. I can
ADHD.
Yeah. What is it? Let me explain.
It is something that it is your profession, correct? This is something you deal with.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It was where I started.
It's where you start. Okay,
Yes.
continue.
And it was very, very brief because I loved it. And so when I tried to get a job in psychiatry, I had one or two options. I had children or Alzheimer's. Like, it was like elderly or children. And
Fuck children.
no,
Jesus Christ.
stop it. I
Oh.
wanted to go towards the children. I wanted to see what that was like. I wanted both. It was very difficult.
Elderly is so much easier, though, right?
Yeah, no, it is. Now I know. I've been in that for the last 15
Grandma?
years. I know. But I loved what I did with the kids with autism. I absolutely loved it. But the people that I worked with, I've never had anybody be so mean to me. And I understand that
The autistic kids were mean to you.
No. The doctors and the other like researchers that I was working
Okay,
with
I'm
treated
sorry.
me very poorly.
Can you elaborate on what your actual position was and what you were doing when you experienced these doctors being annoying?
Okay. So I, when I got out of college, you don't have a lot of experience, but the one thing was a degree in a social science. So I picked, of course, psychology. I was able to get into this. And so I was so excited to join the team, and it was a small team. But so in research, you have a principal investigator who oversees a team of research coordinators and research assistants, other staff. You've got a lot of people doing these things. And I get that they have been there maybe a little bit longer, and so they knew what to do. But I was very new, and I was asking what to do, and nobody was telling me what to do. And then they were getting mad at me. Not like I would keep trying, and then, I mean, it was like Mean Girls. I've never experienced a job like that, and I've worked in fucking retail. I've worked in insurance sales. I've done telemarketing where people fucking hang up on you. I've done restaurants, like in college to get money because I wanna get money and get an apartment and do all these things. I've done all those things.
Not to interrupt you, but what was it that you were actually doing? Can you
what I was
describe your
actually
job?
doing? Yes.
Can you describe
So,
what you were doing?
as a research technician for the hands and autism, I don't want to name drop.
I could bleep that out.
Okay, so for the position that I was in, I was making materials for them to take to schools to teach kids how to help them thrive. So we were actually like building their curriculum and teaching the staff and the teachers what works best for these kids based on research from bringing them into clinics and how they interact with certain games and certain this and certain that, and everything's recorded. And so we would make these little booklets, we would do these little things, and it was the most basic job ever. And these girls, and I loved it because I was just out from ophthalmology, which was so different. I was like checking people in an ophthalmology clinic, but I loved it. But these women were so mean to me, and I couldn't fathom it because I loved being around the children. I loved doing the kind of promotion for it, like going to these health fairs and doing all these things, and it was just very disheartening. So after 3 months, I went to the HR, and I was like, I know I'm on my probationary period. This is not going to I'm crying every day. Daniel's having to see me come home crying every day because he was living in my apartment at the time. And I was like, this is not sustainable, like absolutely. And I'm just not the person to stay in an environment where I don't like it. Like if I'm crying every day, I'm going to get the fuck out. And so I was. And so I went to HR and I was like, can we go back to the other job that I interviewed for? Because I really liked them as well. I just picked the job based on me wanting to work with children. But I have nothing against working with a different population. I just wanted to see what this was like, And so immediately they were so happy to bring me on board. And I've been with that, even when I was with them for 2.5 years in the psychiatry. I was working with Alzheimer's patients, and I was working with a 10-year study on Alzheimer's, and it was the most amazing thing. I got to meet the most amazing grandparent type people, and it was very alarming. I know a lot about Alzheimer's now. Like I can't say that I can say, I'm not going to say that I can't talk about it, but I feel like my knowledge about that experience, like it grew. And then I did another Alzheimer's study, and after 2 years, the grant ran out. And so with research in my field, your grant runs out, that's where your paycheck ends. So they, of course, my investigator at the time was amazing, and he got me into another position. He introduced me to my current boss 13 something years later. And I interviewed for 2 jobs. I interviewed for like the coordinating manager, the office manager, or a research clinician, right? Yeah, it was a research clinician at the time, I think. And I researched both. I was asked which one I wanted, and all I said is I want the one where I get to meet the most people and talk to everybody and get to know them. And I want, because I'm a people finding person. Like I can't do paperwork very well. So I realized the difference between the 2 roles, and I remember in my interview, I was like, all I want is to make this research succeed and explode. Like, I'm so excited about what you guys are doing, and this is such a great opportunity for me and for the rest of the world. Like, I just get excited about things, and I just get excited, and my energy starts exploding like a fucking star. But so obviously I got the job. So, and then like 13 years later, I've worked with pediatric leukemia doing neuroimaging science research. So we do cognition battery, which is a series of mental, I would not say memory and attention activities. So you're doing a lot of like list words, brain games, psychometric testing is what it's called, psychometric testing. But then primarily I work for a neuroimaging center, so we do functional brain work. And so when you work in neuroimaging and research, they do functional imaging, which means that you have these kids or adults or whoever, whatever we're researching, they're going into a MRI, one of the highest level MRIs that you can get. So it's way higher Tesla than let's say your clinical MRI is a 3T. You go in, you have to get a brain scan. Maybe that's like a 1, 2, maybe 3T. Our research scan is like a 5T. So it's like you've got the crispest data of these brains processing. And we don't just have them sitting there doing nothing. They have to actually look at something and respond to memory tests so that we're getting data of their brain functioning while it's doing that. And so that's what my current study is doing. It's like,
Was that the study that I was part of?
you did one, yeah, but it wasn't my study, but it was another Alzheimer's
the same
study.
MRI?
Yes, the same MRI. It's called an fMRI. It's a functional MRI. It's so cool, right? It's kind of weird. But we also get those as researchers. We pay for a clinical overread. So it's not just like, let us scan your brain for nothing. Like, we'll let you know what they would let you know at a hospital. So if you had like any curiosity, if there was anything going on with your brain, they would let you know from a clinical standpoint if you had something that was clinically significant or an incidental finding is what it's called.
So the patients in these studies, did they already have pre-existing conditions that they came in with, or
Yes.
or there's okay.
Yes. Not all of them. We have
Some of
normal
them were
controls.
controls.
Yes.
Control.
Daniel was considered a control in his study.
Let's just bring a normal person in. Let's see what
Yes,
it is,
because
or what we
in
that
any
doesn't have
good
a
study,
pre-existing
and not all
condition.
studies,
Yeah.
there's different studies that you look at, but any good study, it's very good, especially with a cognition study and somebody that's getting treatment. It's important to have somebody demographically matched to you to have as a control or like a comparison group to see what that's like. So my current study, if we're going to jump forward, is in breast cancer, and so it's I work with 2 different studies, and they're both very different. But I mean, they're both breast cancer. One is women all over 60, recently diagnosed before they receive any treatment. So I have to screen clinics, reach out to these women, and try to get them in to do a set of neurological testing, blood draws. We don't do imaging for that study, but there's like physical measures and a questionnaire. They get money, but it's like it's not much. I mean, but it's all about the data.
And that's
so
all before chemo.
That's all before chemo
So
or
my curiosity
aromatase
is that
there's 2,000 women in this study already,
So-
and there's City of Hope is one of them.
oh, City Hope. Okay, so just out of kind of, I think everybody that's listening is also curious. I know many women that have had breast cancer.
Yes.
And so is this
Well, including your mother.
That's why I can have a
including
very
your mom.
educated conversation with your mother
Well-
about it, because I know
So my curiosity
everything.
is, how does breast cancer, how does that relate to like a brain cognitive thing?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So it's not the cancer, it is the treatment. So
Oh,
you
shit.
go through the treatment. What do? You've got to get radiation. Radiation, there's not a lot of research about any of that. Some women say some things. The surgical things, they're not going to say a lot about, other than, unfortunately, your mom had to have lymphedema, which I feel terrible about, but that does happen.
Yeah.
Anesthesia, you got to play a role in that. Anesthesia always causes some kind of effect in the brain for a certain amount of time, but it's not going to cause anything. But what we're finding, or what we're looking at, please cut out finding, because I don't know that for sure, but that's what we're looking at, is systemic therapy is causing increased inflammation that's crossing over the blood-brain barrier, and it is causing the brain to age at an accelerated process. So that's what we're seeing a lot.
What does the
It's,
systemic therapy consist of?
chemotherapy specifically. And so it's actually termed chemo brain everywhere you go. So one of my studies is looking specifically at chemo brain. You have to have had chemotherapy. There's no age related to it. It has to be 1 to 5 years out. And we are testing a cognitive behavior therapy that's supposed to help with the memory and attention issues that a lot of these people have. Almost all of them, not all of them. I'm not going to say all of them. Some people get by and they're just fine. It depends on their tolerance for inflammation, I think.
And that's caused by chemo because it's killing everything and anything?
There's so many reasons for inflammation, but chemo is systemic. It kills absolutely everything, including all of your good bacteria, all of your good cells. And so it's trying to kill everything so that you can rejuvenate. So when you cross the blood-brain barrier, you're really fucking with a lot. And we're seeing brain atrophy and something. It's like really where you're losing brain mass and stuff. It's kind of crazy.
But it's still, so chemo still has like a net benefit, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But you're
cancer,
also...
No. See, that's what I'm like, I don't know if I should be talking about this.
You should be talking about it, because
cancer
that's what this point of this is.
The whole thing is, of course, cancer is worse than chemo, but it's like, 6, 7. Like, it's like, I don't know. It's, you want to cure yourself, but you have to sacrifice something at the same time.
Yeah.
Whether it's your
Which
hair.
causes other side effects.
And
then the pharmaceutical
neuropathy in your
companies
feet.
benefit off of that.
Oh.
Well,
all right.
oh no. This is a whole other conversation.
Well, no,
I'm
it's,
not
I mean,
getting
it's all
into
it's
that.
all in the same conversation.
Is it? Okay, you don't tag me in any of this shit.
So essentially, this is your profession, and so all of us are super curious to know. Here's the deal: we all have a profession,
Yeah.
and most of it's boring. Like nobody,
I don't feel like mine's boring.
I want
But-
to retire tomorrow.
But to talk shop,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh, I
like-
love that. My
like-
dad says that. Let's talk shop.
yeah. So
What's
like
up, Trix?
the average person, I don't know anybody who doesn't know somebody who's affected by breast cancer.
I know.
Who hasn't done some kind of chemo.
Yeah.
So this topic right here, this is super fucking interesting, and I think people will like to know. You're
But
a
it's
person. You're on the inside and essentially
Yes.
working.
But I'm not a doctor. I'm coming
no,
from
right.
a research coordinator
But
with
we can't.
a
we,
psych degrees
we can,
opinion.
We can go. Hey, not a doctor.
Yeah.
We're not telling you what to do, what not to do.
I've just
But
researched
Not a
it
doctor.
so long,
right.
15
But
years
we-
of
but we-
researching it. It's
right.
kind of like I feel like I know terminology so well, but I can't tell you something that a doctor can tell you. Okay, so for Alzheimer's, your mother was talking about Lavetta
Yes.
and getting a test for her memory and how it's really going kind of difficult when they go into hospitals because she's so cognizant in some points, but then she's hallucinogenic and cognizant in other points, and least cognizant in other points.
And it's like when they're testing her, is she in the one
pulls
or
it
in
on.
the other? Yeah.
And it's easy. Some of these tests are very sensitive and some are just not. Like they really do need to fine tune their assessments. I know all these assessments and I can guarantee you that Lavetta can get those out of the water. What they need to do is test her for like cerebral spinal fluid will have certain proteins that they can account for that will detect early Alzheimer's. And if anybody's worried about that, that is something that you can do. And I think it's almost approved by your doctor, but it's worth asking about. You can also get an inflammation test because that's something that you're also worried about. Your doctor probably will say no as minded, but if you go to a neuropath, it's all practice. I go to a neuropath now. Like I of course see a regular doctor because I get sick. I've got shit going on with me all the time that I need to, whatever. I got to go to medical doctors. But I will always go to a naturopath. I've got a naturopath on point that she's got a neuroscience degree. Like she's like fucking on point and she's so good. And all of her remedies have gotten me off blood pressure medicines. Like I don't know. I feel like that's why I've like felt so weird out here is because I'm not detoxing the way I normally do in my like wellness center Shauna area. Like she has the foot detoxes. Have you ever done one of those ionic foot detoxes?
Yes.
And what did you feel about it? Did you think that it was hoo-hoo goo-goo or did you think that your foot just shit? Because
my foot just shit.
Oh my God. The way that I'm like, what just came out? I would have white floating chunks and I'm like, is that marshmallows? Well, what is this?
I think,
it's disgusting.
Okay, so
like cheese kernels.
I think you're completely
I'm changing topics so many times. I'm sorry.
No,
this is me.
We're on the same topic. And
okay, we are.
And I think it's amazing, right? So
okay.
you're in the field.
Yeah.
You're seeing these things. You're experiencing it with people.
Yeah.
It definitely is something that people relate to. So like,
yeah.
To talk about it, it's not whether you know or you don't know. To give like an anecdotal experience to say, oh, I did this and I felt this result.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No. And I don't know all the scientific terms for everything. And I don't know a diagnosis. What I know is I experience these women that have had these diagnoses as they are freshly diagnosed before they even have to start treatment who have agreed to a research study. I mean, they come in and they're vulnerable. And you know how many women have cried on me and I've hugged everybody at every opportunity.
Yeah, but all women
and
cry.
It's a 5-year study. And of course, I've cried so much this whole trip, but that's the way that I release emotion. And I've had to explain that to the girls, like the children, is because I'm tired, I cry. If there's something going on, I cry. But it's just, I think crying is a water release is very important for you. It is a soul cleansing. If you've got the ability to cry, you're actually releasing so much that is out of your body that you need to release. It's almost like smudging your body. It's important to cry.
I don't know.
Because you don't cry. Daniel doesn't cry.
Hold on. I don't know any of the science behind it. But I can tell you that I do cry. And when I do, there is an obvious and immediate physical release
yes.
that I experience.
Yeah.
So I don't know the science behind it. I don't know whatever it is, but I do know that like I cry rarely.
Yeah.
But when I do, it almost always has to do with either the loss or thought of loss.
Yeah.
Of attachment.
Yeah.
Or of experience of. Well, I'll give you an example. So not that long ago, my niece moved out to Texas.
Fuck, I cried for you
everybody
guys
knows.
over that. Are you shitting me?
And I kind of freaked out a little bit,
Yeah,
and
of
it
course.
was whatever. But I went out and visited her, and when I went out and visited her, man, I felt amazing.
Yeah.
Got to hang out with her, and I just felt like oh everything's fine. And then when I left,
Yeah.
so my daughter, my wife, and everybody that is close with my niece were here when she left.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I was at work,
So you didn't get
and
to
I
say
didn't.
goodbye.
I didn't know she was even leaving,
Oh my god, that makes me
and
wanna
and I
hurt
was
you.
at work, and then, so like I didn't get to experience that like, whatever. Well then, like, because of what had happened, I went out like a week later. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go out and see her. So I went out there, and I was like, oh no, and so it didn't really hit me because I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go see her.
Yeah.
And I went out there and I saw her and I hung out with her, and
I bet that would make you
Well-
cry. It makes me want to start crying right
So-
now, but you told me not to cry on the fucking podcast.
let me tell you.
Welcome to Jessica World. We are
Let-
the criers.
Let me tell you a story. So,
I'm trying.
So I went out there and I realized, she's got a great life out there. Everything's great.
Yeah.
I got to meet her cousin, which is her dad's brother's kid,
Okay.
and we got to hang out. And the little girl was just amazing, and they were like best friends. So
I love
I got
it.
to saw this. It was all amazing.
Oh,
The day before I left,
yeah.
her cousin got picked up, and when her cousin was gonna leave, that little girl who had just spent like 3 days with Presley, she lost her shit. Like
leave?
she was like, I don't want to leave, and she cried and she cried and she cried, and I was
I
like,
love kids.
I was
That's
like,
what they
oh,
do.
I was like, oh, that's so
It
cute,
is
right?
so-
And I was like, oh, that's so cute, whatever. And that was so amazing, like this connection that got created, and not even that long, right?
Yeah.
They did a couple days,
Yeah.
and then she was crying, she left, and then the next day, I got to say goodbye, and I was trying to make it more that I wanted my nieces to not feel like it was goodbye.
No, I'll see you later.
Yeah, because I'll be back. I'm actually
I'm
going.
just heading back to California for a little bit, and I'll be right back.
Yeah.
So don't worry. I'm going to get milk, and
Yeah.
don't worry about it. And
That's what I
what
wanted
you
them
need
to
to
feel
do
like,
with kids,
and
I like
so
that. But
I
you were
literally
broken the
I
fuck
literally
up.
booked I booked my next flight,
I
which
love that.
is Monday. I'm going out Monday to go back
I
with
love
them.
it. Look
So
at
I made
you
it.
rallying with us this whole time, and then flying out Monday.
Yeah, I made it like no big deal, So I just was like, and that morning I was just like, oh hey, I'll see you later, and I made it like it was like the same thing like when she was out here, like when she would go to do whatever. I was like, oh, okay, see you later. I just made it like a no big deal. They were having a hard time with it, and I was like, no, you're chilling. Like I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Like I'm not. I got in the rental car after I said goodbye, made it like no big deal. I got in the rental car, and I had never cried that hard.
How good did that cry feel?
From the house to the airport,
I bet that cry
I don't
felt
think
so
I've
good.
ever cried that hard.
You're tearing up
I
just
cried.
thinking about it. I can see it in your
No.
eyes.
Careful.
No.
I cried.
I will pull it out of you. I'm an empath.
I cried.
I'm pulling it
I
out
cried
of you right
so
now.
hard from when I literally got in the rental car, and I was driving to the airport, and I had to look in the rearview mirror and be like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh my
Like,
God, that's such a man thing to do.
I was crying so hard, and I was like, what am I doing? Like, I'll be back in like 2 weeks. This is ridiculous.
No,
It was like this weirdest thing, but
Yeah.
I cried like a little baby. Out loud. I was crying out loud.
I
was like,
love that.
I was like,
Oh,
crying.
you're like from the windows to the wall,
And-
like they do in that one movie.
and
to get that energy out.
and I called my daughter. Mackenzie, and I was telling her a story. I was like, I cried so hard, and she's explained to me. She was like, that's what we went through when they left.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was not there. I
Yeah.
didn't get to do that, or I didn't have to experience that. I
Yeah.
wasn't there when they left. I didn't have the so I think that was my moment of like being like, holy shit, like they
Yeah.
are not with me anymore. Anyway.
They're still with
And-
you. They're just at a
right.
distance, and you're still going back
But-
and forth.
but
But I
that-
think it's beautiful that you experience some
But to
releasing emotion.
right, to your point, is what I'm saying is that in that cry, I got to the fucking carport to drop off my rental car, and I caught my breath, and I had snot and fucking everything all over me.
Yes. Oh, that cry's
And-
so fucking good.
And I literally sat back and I thought, ooh, that was therapeutic.
You felt at peace.
I
all
had
of a
a-
sudden. Yeah.
If I didn't have that cry, I
Yeah.
might not be as okay as I am right now. Like it almost
No.
felt a little bit like, I don't know, have you ever had like a really good workout
Yes.
and like got at the end of the workout
it's-
and like
yes.
felt really
because
healthy?
you're releasing endorphins from another thing that crying is doing.
Yeah.
It's a release of some sort. I mean, we talk about release like, oh, I'm so drunk off release and this is a release. I mean, you release of all the
Okay,
things.
well now she's talking about jerking off.
No, I'm just talking about releasing in general. Like, there's just like, if we pan up our emotions too much, our body is going to take physical effect from it. It's going to
Yeah.
make us sick. It's going to make us ache. It's going to make us mentally unstable. You have to cry. You have to work out. You have to
Yeah.
whatever you got to do. I mean, but
I'll put. I don't want to put the person on blast, but I had somebody that I'm really close with, and if he watches this, he'll know who I'm talking about. But somebody is really close to me. He came into the garage, into the studio, one night, and was like, "I'm going through some shit. I'm gonna walk out to the street, and I'm gonna go have a good cry."
I love that.
And I thought to myself, man, I really need to tell this guy how healthy that is.
It's so fucking healthy.
Like,
I mean,
but I
God,
don't
it's
I don't
so
know.
fucking healthy.
I didn't. I kind of regret not telling him what I thought.
Yeah.
But what I actually thought when he told me that was, God damn, you know how healthy that is? That not only that you're gonna do that, but
Yeah.
that you fucking told me that.
I think
That
that's
you were
like the
that you were
steps-
like
that's
that
the
you were like
steps to
I'm gonna
emotional
go.
intelligence.
I have to go do that.
It's a very
know?
big step for spiritual and emotional intelligence to be able to recognize when you need to mentally walk away and release. And if crying is the way that you're the best release, which is the best, if you have emotions that are sitting up here and they're choking you, they're causing you to hyperventilate or feel like you're in fight or flight mode or feel like you're about to go into a big depression, fucking cry.
Yeah.
Cry.
Okay, so
It's the best thing in the world.
Here's, I would bring it up because I think it's interesting. So the whole crying thing, I'm a dude, and
I get
I know
it.
that sounds
I know.
stupid for me to say,
No.
right? But like,
I'm
I'm
a
a dude.
dude.
I don't cry a lot.
I get it.
I don't cry a lot,
I
and
know.
I actually don't cry a lot. Mostly because I'm like, I mean, at the fucking risk of anybody watching this to judge me, I don't cry because I feel like I'm being a little bitch. Like I'm like, I'm not gonna.
do you feel like because you were told you're being a little bitch?
No.
Okay.
But
do you think it's not your parents weren't told that? But do you
No.
think you learned that
No.
from outside sources, or
Maybe.
is that just like a man? It's like an internal man thing.
It might be outside things. It might be like the way I was brought up. It might be whatever.
I'm
but
curious
but
about
but
it.
ultimately,
Yeah.
for myself, like a whole selfish thing. Like honestly, whenever I feel like crying, I get this like really self-conscious thing where like, you better not fucking cry, you little bitch. Don't fucking cry.
Oh, I hate that.
And
you
so
do
like,
that to yourself.
so for the example of me when I left Presley, in Houston, when I was leaving there to go to the airport, I was completely alone. Nobody's around. And I literally had no control of it. It was just like this.
I
and
love that.
to
That's
the
real.
to the point where I was literally telling myself like, get a fucking hold of yourself, dude. What the fuck are you doing? Like, wow, holy
no,
crap.
your
Get-
inner
get-
soul
get a
was
hold of
telling
this.
you to shut the fuck up and let you release.
But I also, like I'm explaining, is that I understand the value of it physically because when it was done and it kind
Yeah.
of subsided, I truly felt like really like I was all tense before, And then afterwards, I honestly felt this. I guess this is a weird way of saying it. It's a weird way. Like, I'm not really trying to make it analogous, but it's like after an orgasm when you're like,
Well, no, they also say
Like,
that
after a
about
good-
women lactating. After the release of the lactation, it's
after
the
a
same
good
thing.
cry,
It's the same thing.
I feel similar to after a really good orgasm. It's like my body really just honestly
Yeah.
lets go and goes, and so
Well, I mean,
I'm
I
not
guess it's a
look
good
look. An
analogy.
orgasm is completely different emotion.
Well, I mean, I get it,
A
yeah.
cry is a completely different. But the feeling that
the
I feel at the
physiological-
end of it is
yeah.
it's a very similar feeling of just my body completely relaxes. My
Yeah.
brain literally goes, "You're okay."
Yeah.
So it's twofold. It's
I love
not
it.
only the physical, but it's also the mental of my brain goes,
100%.
"You're fine, dude. You're
Yeah.
fine." You know, same thing after an orgasm, your brain literally goes,
What
you're
is it
cool.
called? Oxytocin.
You're good."
I think it's called oxytocin.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, if I could relate it in this,
I
I,
can't
don't know,
relate
maybe I'm even getting like gross with it, but I'm just being honest and I'm putting it out there. But
I
like,
know. You're gonna
if-
post all this, and I'm
no,
gonna be like,
but
well, whatever.
I'm saying it's like it's completely like relatable in the sense of like both things. It's like if you're pent up, right, and you haven't had sex in a long time or whatever, and you're having all kinds of different the way you're thinking because you're so like all fucked up and you're doing all these different weird things and you're so tense, and then actually you release,
Yes.
then your body goes and then your thoughts actually become more clear and you're
Yes.
like, okay, I can actually think
Don't you
straight.
think
I'm
that
fine.
that is, like-
It's very similar to like when I have that breakdown where I cry a bunch and then I go, and then now I had this really clarity and
Yeah.
I go, oh my God, that was so like, I feel, and then I reflect. So like I was at the fucking, I was returning my rental car and I'm talking to the lady. And then she's like, oh, this and that and the other about insurance or whatever. And I was just like, I'm looking at her and I know she doesn't
Like,
understand.
I feel elated right now because I
Right.
just cried.
I know she doesn't understand what
so
I'm thinking, but I'm
your
just
eyes
like,
are probably so swollen. They're
but
just, like,
I literally
smelling
like
high.
I put my hands on the desk and I was just like, charge me whatever.
And she's like, dude, you just have a happy ending? Like,
Yeah.
what is this
I
double
feel
tit?
so, like I just bawled my eyes out and like
Oh,
I
it's the
haven't
best
for
feeling.
so
I love
long.
bawling my eyes out.
And
I love
so,
it. I don't love it because
related.
it takes.
but I'm saying is
it
like
takes
a
a rock bottom mental status to actually have to like bawl your eyes out. I mean,
Yeah.
for women, it's monthly, but like for men, I get it. It takes an
Daily.
actual like daily. Not,
well, and so
not
that's
really daily.
okay.
Not
So
when
then
I'm in my workout regimen. It's
when
not
you
daily.
when you think about like the whole concept of crying, right? It's like
Water has power. That's what crying
I
is.
hate saying that I cry a lot, and I don't cry a lot. I literally have currently I have 3 things that I cry about,
Mm-hmm.
and then the things that I cry about, you know, like for example, I'll give you like the Presley
I
thing,
feel
right?
like I'm interviewing you.
So the Presley thing, but again, like I don't want to put anyone on blast or whatever. What?
Can I hit my vape on here?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Um,
I'm just kidding. This is just.
but it always has
air
to do.
vapor.
It always has to do with loss.
Well,
is
that,
is
yeah,
what
that's
is
tragedy.
what causes me to get like that. So like, anytime I'm talking about and yeah. So anytime I talk about loss, potential of loss. You know, anything like that.
Do you feel that you are trauma bonded to a lot of situations in your life because of how you think that your mental status is when you bond with somebody, that when the loss is whatever the loss is, that it affects you more than anything other? Because you could have a loss of a lot of things. We lose a lot of things, right? We lose our grandparents, we lose our parents, we lose friends, family, marriages. Like there's a lot, like kids moving to Texas. But do you feel that you have like the bond? Is it because you trauma bond to them because you feel that it releases your trauma to bond to somebody so deeply. And that's what all of us have done. I feel like so many of us have done that. And so when that gets taken away from you, it hurts way more than anything. I've lost, and I can't even like equate it to anything other than like I've lost many animals, but I've had one that I've had a spiritual connection with so bad. And he knew all my, like my dog knew all my trauma. So when I lost him, I lost my shit.
Oh
but
my
it's
God.
like when you have a breakup with somebody that you have like, or we fight, I'm like, oh no. But like, it's a trauma bond. We create trauma bonds. That's what humans do, because we can't just regulate our emotions in and of itself in one body, because we share coexistences with so many energies that we have to create bonds, and some of them are based off trauma, and some of them are based off trauma that we create ourselves with the other person, and some of them are based off trauma in and of our own history. And so when you create a trauma bond to release that, of course you're going to feel like somebody just died. You're going to feel like it's the hardest thing to let go of in your life. It's going to feel like you're sick. It's going to feel terrible. It's a trauma bond release is very difficult for humans to do, but we have to do that to save our sanity. Otherwise, we're never going to move forward. We're going to be stuck and we're going to be bonded to trauma. And right now, I think that we are not meant to do that anymore. We're meant to move forward.
I don't normally agree with the majority of the stuff that comes out of your mouth.
But now that I've got my voice back.
In this topic, I'm open to hearing what you have to say, because I don't have an answer, and it sounds to me like you've articulated something that I can grab.
And I'm not even saying that I have like an answer to it. This is all based on thoughts that I've had.
Right. And
or
that's
conversations I've had. Because I live in a world where my brain is on fire all the time. And I work in a psychological world. And so we always talk about shit. Like I've got coworkers where we talk about this shit all the time. And she's like, I'm this. And so I know all the technology words. And like, I know the feelings. Like we. So the thing is my husband and I, your cousin, and I don't know if it's him or if it's me. I think it's probably me, because I'm very important about communication. So I have made sure that our entire relationship has been one big communication. Because I will shut down and he will shut down. But the problem is that I can't thrive shutting down. I'm going to need to know immediately. Like I'll stop and I'll be like, nope, we need to talk right the fuck now. And we're not going to argue. Like, we do. My voice gets raised, his voice gets raised, whatever, but not really. Like, he's the most patient fucking person in the world. It's me.
Jesus Christ, I know that.
No, I mean, do you understand? Like, I'm like the fire fucking cracker, and he's like the calm soothing. He's like the fucking hydrant that puts me out.
I'm gonna clip it real quick.
Insane.
I'm gonna clip it right here, because I want everybody in the world to know Daniel Bailey is the most patient, understanding person on the planet, because this bitch is crazy.
Excuse me, let's make sure everybody in the world knows that every man has called a fucking woman crazy since the fucking end of time. I mean, Adam and Eve, he was like, blame Eve. Fuck you guys. Are you fucking kidding me? We're not born crazy. You motherfuckers make us crazy. No, I'm telling you this. Every fucking girl will agree with me. And I know I've known him for longer than I've dated anybody or been with anybody. And I've always heard that I'm crazy, but I've heard men say they're crazy. And now that I'm in my 40s, I'm like, you guys have a narrative. We're all crazy. And he's always said it. He's like, all women are bipolar. I'm like, you know what? You're fucking right.
Oh, I don't think I don't think all women are bipolar.
I mean, let's not call it. We all have bipolar tendencies. We are. Well, but what it is that we are emotional beings. And you guys are a little bit more linear and stringent beings, kind of flying off a different seat of your pants, where we're flying off a different. And so I do agree that we are the same species, but different versions of it. Okay.
Differently.
Okay,
You talk,
so
Bailey. Hold on.
well,
Mr.
it's-
Bailey needs to talk.
no, I would say
No,
this.
don't interrupt
You know,
my husband while he's talking.
I will.
I'm just
I will
kidding.
say this.
I'm very defensive of him. That's why he married me.
I've said this from the get go, like
I'm
with
hitting
like
my-
even with like with my mom. I think my mom is a saint. My mom is
Your
a saint.
mom is the sweetest
She
person
is
in the
so
entire
sweet.
world.
She's
And I
so-
love how
hold-
she says no one can hear her,
Hold
but
on.
I can hear her across
You're
the
proving
room.
my point right now. Women, all women. My mom is a saint.
Yep.
She is the sweetest, most kind-hearted, awesome person. I can't imagine anybody telling me anything negative about my mom.
I've never heard.
And I've told my mom to her face, you are amazing to everybody
She is.
but my dad.
Oh, because why?
Because he's your husband.
Men make us crazy.
And that's true. And so what I will say is
They push
and
our buttons to
I-
a level that
uh,
we don't know how
listen,
to regulate.
I-
That's
Spend
the
the
thing.
most time with them.
Listen. I doubt.
Yeah,
I
that's true.
I highly doubt that she's listening now, and I super doubt
If
that
I
she'll
post it,
listen to
she's-
this.
If I post it,
But I will
she's
tell you
gonna
this
listen to
right
this.
now on
Sheila,
air.
you're fucking
it
amazing.
will-
we
it-
love
no.
you. I'm posting it.
No, it will go. I highly doubt she will listen to this. I highly doubt she's listening now. But I will say it on air. I will say it for fact. And at any point you ever hear me talking
She's
about this,
mommy.
you will
Of
always
course
hear me
you
say the
do.
same thing. My wife, Kelly Espinoza, is probably one of the most amazing, funnest. God damn, she's the sexiest. But she is the most amazing person on the planet. But
Really?
I'm her husband. And so the only person on this planet that gets any negative from her is me. It's
Yeah.
not anybody else.
You're right.
And that is what it is. So when
Can you recognize that in and of yourself when you're the one that's giving?
yeah,
negativity?
I'm the piece of shit.
But no. It's a fuel. You're not. You could start it with just a thought, and then the piece of shit is not a piece of shit. What it is you have like, I think a person, a human, and I'm talking about humans. I'm not talking about male females because women do this too. I fight with my mom. I fight with my friends that are girls. You have a mood, and you project it. The other person doesn't understand, and they receive it, and then they are so confused that they get defensive and they project that back, and then you guys volley moods until you fucking lose it. And then that's where the biggest fights come in, until you were like, wait a minute, I just projected all of that on you for no fucking reason. And I'm a big enough person to say, Daniel, I'm fucking sorry for the way that I just fucking treated you, and I'm so sorry. But also, we are shut the fuck up. You know, I've said that before many a times. But we talk about that shit a lot, and I think that's important. Is you've got to talk about it. Communication in relationships, regardless if it's family, spousal, friendships, all of it is very important, and that is what our culture anymore lacks. Because of social media is actual communication, because all we are is deciphering what everybody else is feeling based on text and what they see on social media and bullshit. So we need to apologize for our behaviors. We need to accept our, like, I also have a very hard time, like, I don't know, I'm Hispanic. My mom never wants to fucking apologize to me for anything, but I don't want to say I've taught her. I'm not going to say I've taught my mom, but I've had to literally discipline my mom so much with boundaries to be like, do not treat me like this. We need to talk about this, or we are not going to be okay. And if you want to do this, then we good. And then all of a sudden we're good. And so it's like a slow build. Like I like to always call it the Pavlov dog syndrome, where you ding, 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 you finally get the dog to like get it. And it's not, you're not the dog, you're not the dog. We're all the dogs.
I think it's a little
we're-
different when it's your mom.
I don't know that everybody knows the Pavlov dog. Would
We're
you like to
all the
explain that?
dogs.
It's a little bit different when it's your mom, though.
Yeah, but
because
it-
you're the
No, but-
same
But just so everybody
species.
understands what you're talking about, can you make?
When
Can you?
Anthony came and talked about his wife, it's a male versus female.
But I'm a human versus human type of
Males
person.
think differently than females. males.
I understand
And
that from a
so
psychological
there's
point of
more
view.
emotional aspect from the female than a more rational aspect from a male's thought process.
100% understand that.
Yeah, because men are better.
Not at
I
all.
didn't say that.
Women would
But
absolutely
I'm
rule
just
the
saying
world
the
if
way,
you guys didn't have
the
big
way we
penises.
think is a little different, so you can't really.
What we
base
need to
it
do is
off
weed
of
off all the small
what you and
penises
your
of the world.
mom's
I'm just kidding. My husband has the
relationship
biggest
is.
penis I've ever known.
Okay.
Are we editing that one?
We're just we'll just go ahead and we'll do a callback real quick and make sure that Kelly is represented here. How many labias do you have?
Well, from what I've read in science, is you have two pairs. So what does that mean? If you have two pairs, you have fucking four. So there's a labia minora and there's a labia majora.
Okay.
And so you've got the inner labia, you've got the outer labia. What a lot of people don't know is the outer folds are your labia majora. The inner part where the little comes out is your minora. And so nobody knows that. Like it's fun. I only know that because I've taken the class, apparently. It's not like I studied it, but Daniel found the spot. Like, do you want to elaborate on where the G-spot is?
Last
We're
night.
talking about the G-spot now.
And I told you.
What? That I only have two? I have four. You have
I did
pairs.
not say
There's
that.
pairs. Well, you say you
I
asked me
told-
last night. Was that at 2 a.m. where I clearly remember
Either way,
everything?
it was
Aunt
asked
Sharon,
of me,
Grandma,
what
Aunt
you
Sharon,
have,
and Aunt Shelley.
I answered.
This is the They're Here podcast where we talk about.
This is biology. This is it biology? This is the human anatomy. It's anatomy. This is anatomy. We're not talking about anything too raunchy. We're educating people on what is true. Is if you have two pairs, it's called fucking four. Like, I don't
That's
understand why it's got to be a thing. There's a majora and a minora, and there's two of
Or
them, and there's
it's
four.
2 pairs and a kicker.
So
Two pairs and a kicker, that's a hermaphrodite. That means you better watch out for that motherfucker.
you know what?
Or that might get us canceled.
I think this actually was a really good podcast. I think we're gonna wrap it up here.
Oh, are we? This
We're-
is so much fun. I can
No,
stay up all night. What
We
time is
we
it?
can
9?
stay up all night, but I think
Oh,
we got
it's
like
already 2 a.m.
Yeah,
We're
there's-
like, we're gonna stay.
we got like
we were
2 hours.
supposed to-
We got 2 hours worth of talking here. So
and I haven't lost my voice.
yeah, so we'll just wrap it up because I think I don't think anybody's gonna stay. I don't think anybody's gonna watch it past 10 minutes, but
No, but isn't
no one's
that
gonna
where
watch past
you?
2 hours.
Well,
No, I don't cut any of this. This is a podcast.
no, but when you do snippets, don't you do
we're
like
gonna make,
release?
Yeah, we're gonna
snippets?
make shorts.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But
know,
then this goes on whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how this works.
So when
I
you-
watch podcasts, but
When
I'm
you
not
called
on them.
all those innocent children retards, I'm gonna put that on.
That
there.
was you.
Oh.
I explained how they should not be called that.
Was that me?
and That was 100% you, sir.
Well, that's not what I'm gonna make it look like.
Well, I know. If I see that, I'm going to send a bomb to your house.
I'm totally kidding.
Just kidding. I will not send a bomb to Daniel's cousin's house. I'm just kidding. He's my cousin.
We'll see tomorrow.
It's my cousin. We don't do this. We're not doing this like
However,
his, mine. Like, everything's mine. We're all together.
I'm gonna close it out in this fashion.
Are you going to do a prayer?
I'm gonna close it out in this fashion.
Okay. Should I blot my
I was reluctant to have her on
Oh, fuck.
because I thought that the conversation would be very difficult to control.
Vapid.
However,
It is very difficult to control.
however, what I will say, and this is God's honest truth, I don't believe in God, but this is the honest
This is
truth.
the atheist honest truth.
I've had so much fun just now. This conversation, I thought I learned a lot about you.
Good.
I thought
I'm glad
that
that you
you,
did.
I thought that you taught me a lot as
Oh.
we were having the conversation. I thought that it progressed naturally, organically, and
Yes.
I had a lot of fun doing it.
Good.
And I super appreciate having you on here. So
you.
this is gonna go unedited, full
Viral.
bore, and I think that.
Viral. Please don't hate me too much. I have very minimal. I mean.
Oh no, you can hate her. It's great.
You can hate me, but I won't look at the comments. So whatever. And if
But
you
I
have
will
anything
te-
to say about my hair, it's amazing.
I will tell you
Callie did
that
it. And
I love this woman with my whole heart, and I fucking think she's amazing. And
Thank
I'm
you.
so happy that Daniel has her.
thank you.
She's super annoying, but
I am.
but-
I'm the most annoying person
but holy
anybody
fuck,
knows.
she's super interesting. She's super interesting, and she's a lot of fucking fun. So
I'm a lot of-
we had so much fun.
This was fun.
Thank you for doing this with me.
Absolutely.
I love
Anthony.
you.
Thank you. I love you too. Until 2026, motherfucker. Oh. wait. What was it you did? Tweet, motherfucker. What was the one that you did?
Twinkle, twinkle,
Twinkle,
motherfucker.
twinkle, motherfucker.